If you need a job and a car, I think I have a good opportunity for you. Stay tuned. Today's job leads are a little bit different from what I normally bring. I'm focusing on 4 medical transport driver delivery positions. For 2 of them, you will be an actual employee of the company and you will get benefits, one of them starting day 1, and that one too, you might even get a sign-on bonus. And the other one, you'll have the option to use the company car for your personal use, and they'll pay for car insurance as well as gas. And the other 2 are contract positions. That means you'll be working on your schedule, but don't worry, you're not going to be working for Uber. And all 4 of these jobs will train you. The first company I'm talking about is Quest Diagnostics, and they hire medical transport specialists and drivers. So basically, you're going to be going to medical facilities such as doctors' offices and hospitals, picking up specimens, medical supplies, maybe even pharmaceuticals, reports, and delivering those things to the Quest Diagnostics labs. So if that sounds interesting to you, the first thing you want to do is go to their careers page, and I'll put a direct link in the description area below this video. So in the upper right of their website, click on careers, and then click on career areas, and then drivers. And as we can see, they currently have 75 medical transport specialist driver positions available. Some are full-time, some are part-time, but they're all location specific. You do have to live in or near one of the cities in which they're hiring. So what I recommend doing is on the left, clicking on city, and then you can narrow down to the largest city closest to your current location. I'm going to take a look at the one for Cincinnati. And you can scroll through all this stuff, read it if you want. They talk a little bit more about the job and any kind of growth opportunities. So later on down the line, if you want to, you can apply for more specialty and advanced positions. But we're going to take a look at the actual job description. They tell us this is an on-site position. Technically, that is true, but you're not going to be sitting in an office all day. And this particular one is specific to the Cincinnati, Ohio area. But you don't have to live in Cincinnati. You can live in one of the outlying areas as long as you're comfortable driving within Cincinnati. And that's how it is for all their medical transport driving jobs. And for this particular job, you'll be working Monday through Friday from 6 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. with rotational weekends. So your shift will vary depending on where you live. Not every location has the same shift. So Quest wants you, if you want to make an impact on the health of people in your community, you love to drive, and you're tech savvy. So they want to know if you've ever transported biomed or pharmaceuticals before, and you're comfortable using handheld scanners, smartphones, and computers. So they're going to pay you $17.20 per hour plus an annual merit increase in bonus, and you get benefits effective day 1. And I want to mention the salary could be different in other locations. For example, this one in Stoughton, Massachusetts, they're going to pay $18.61 per hour. Some of them do offer a shift or a weekend differential, so you might get a little bit more. And some will give you a sign-on bonus. For example, this one in Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota, they'll give you a $2,000 sign-on bonus. So the main role is pretty much the same for all these driving jobs with Quest. You'll be responsible for the safe, timely transportation of specimens, supplies, reports, equipment, and materials to the appropriate destinations while protecting critical health information, and you'll engage and develop relationships with customers and communicate client concerns to local leadership. You need to have strong organizational skills with the ability to follow company and department policies and procedures, and you're able to handle multiple tasks and work in a fast-paced environment. So you'll be going to several medical facilities such as doctors' offices and hospitals, picking up whatever kind of material that you need to take back to the Quest Diagnostics lab. And they have a link to a video where they talk a little bit more about the job, and I recommend taking a look at it. But basically, they just talk about how you start your day. They're going to train you in this position. So you'll be starting your day at the Quest Diagnostics Hub, getting your route, getting all the instructions you need as far as picking up whatever it is that you need to pick up, how to gain access to anything that you need to get, and where you're going to be delivering everything. So this seems like a really easy position. If you like this one, you can find the direct link below. This is job number 1. And remember, it could pay $17 to $19 per hour depending on where you live, plus a bonus. The second delivery driver position I have comes to us from LabCorp. They are hiring medical transport drivers. You'll be an actual employee of this company. They have full-time and part-time opportunities. They have a nice suite of benefits, even for part-timers, and they'll even let you use the company car for personal use, and they'll pay for car insurance as well as gas. So taking a look at the website, which I'll put a link in the description area below this video, so when you get to the website, click on careers located at the top, and then in the search bar up at the top, we're going to type in drivers. Currently, they have 22 openings for medical courier route drivers, but they are all location specific. So what I recommend doing, on the left, click on city, and you can narrow the field down to the nearest large city to your current location. So I'm going to take a look at Indianapolis. They have 3 courier medical driver positions. So this one is specific to the Indianapolis, Indiana area, but you don't have to live in that city. You can live in one of the outlying areas as long as you're comfortable driving within Indianapolis, and that applies for all of their medical courier driver jobs. This is a full-time position, and you'll be working Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. weekend rotation, and your schedule will depend on where you're located. So they don't tell us how much they're going to pay, but I did see in one of the other ones that they will pay between, I think it was $18 to $19 per hour. And as long as you work at least 20 hours a week, you will get benefits. And included with this position is a company vehicle to use for your route. In addition, for only $100 per month, you'll have the option of taking this vehicle home with you and using it for your personal use. And they will pay for your insurance as well as gas. So in this job, you'll use a company vehicle. You'll be assigned a route to various medical facilities. You'll pick up specimens, reports, those sort of things, and deliver them to a LabCorp facility. You'll utilize handheld electronic devices to manage daily pickups and work directly with the dispatcher for additional pickups as needed. They prefer you have a high school diploma or equivalent, so even a high school diploma is not required for this job. But you must have a valid driver's license and a clean driving record, and you must be at least 21 years old. They prefer you have previous driver or courier experience, and it's a plus you have customer service experience. And of course, you need to be very punctual with strong time management skills. You have strong attention to detail and organizational skills. You're able to problem solve customer issues, and you're able to lift up to 50 pounds. So that about sums up this job. If you like this one, you can find the direct link below. This is job number 2. So next we're going to talk about the 2 contract delivery driver positions, and the first one of those comes to us from a company called Drop Off. They take on drivers to make deliveries for a variety of clients such as restaurants, hotels, medical facilities, even retailers. So the first thing we're going to do when we land on the website, which I'll put a direct link in the description area below this video. So landing on the website, go up to the menu icon up at the upper right and then click on locations because we want to see where they serve. They tell us they're currently available in 21 states and 42 cities across the U.S. So it looks like the ones circled in red, those are the active areas where you can do deliveries. And the ones circled in black, those are areas they anticipate offering their services. So now that we know where you can work for drop-off, let's go back up to the menu and we are going to click on Drive for Us. So you can feel free to read through this stuff. They just talk a little bit about the company. Basically, they were started in 2014. They offer flexible hours. You can make your own schedule. Tell them when you'd like to work, and they'll find deliveries that fit your schedule. You'll drive packages, not people. Unlike popular ride-sharing services in the gig industry, you work directly with some of the most successful enterprise businesses in the world. As such, you'll be responsible for making sure their packages are delivered on time every time. And you'll be paid by the delivery. You're not going to be waiting around 2 weeks for payday. You'll know exactly how much you're making after every completed order. Unfortunately, though, they don't tell us how much you'll make per delivery, but I did some research, and some people say they make about $3,000 to $3,500 per month. But I'm assuming they're really hustling, and maybe they live in a huge area. So the larger the metro area you deliver in, the more money you could make. And you'll be using your own vehicle, so you need to be okay with that. So to qualify, you must be at least 21 years old and you're confident and comfortable driving in the city in which you're working. You must be tech savvy because you're going to be using an app. You have a registered, insured, and inspected car, SUV, or van that is less than 10 years old. You have a clean driving record and great customer service and communication skills. And they give an example of what the app looks like. It shows where you're going to make your pickup, how many items you're going to pick up, and when you're supposed to pick up the items. So you go through the list of deliveries, picking and choosing which ones you want to work on depending on your own schedule. So the next thing we want to do is click on the Sign Up to Drive button. That'll take us to what they call their careers page, and it lists all the opportunities for driving contractors. And they are location specific based on where they are serving. So if you live in or near one of these cities, go ahead and click on it. I'm going to click on the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania one just for an example. So this is the actual job description. They just go over the things I just talked about. Flexible hours, you're paid by the delivery, you drive packages, not people, and you'll be driving your own vehicle. You need to be at least 21 years old. You have a solid knowledge of the city in which you're driving. You need a registered, insured, and inspected car, SUV, or van less than 10 years old. You have a current driving license, and you're tech savvy. So when you're ready to start, you just fill out this online application. Just enter all these blanks, answer all these questions, and when you get that done, hit the Submit Application button down at the bottom. And then after you submit your application, if you meet all the necessary requirements for the position, you'll be asked to take a short quiz and then you'll speak with a local hiring manager. If selected, you'll be offered a contract. You'll go through a background check. You'll also go through OSHA and HIPAA certifications and then the initial preparation, which includes training as well as a ride-along. Once you've completed training, you'll have the opportunity to start accepting deliveries on your own. And they tell us getting a route as a courier is competitive, but ultimately very lucrative for those that excel. So that's about it, but if you still have questions before you apply, you can fill out this contact form. If you like this one, you can find the direct link below. This is job number 3. This is a contract delivery driving job, flexible schedules, working on your own schedule. The final delivery driving job I have is with Hop, Skip, Drive, and this one is a little bit different. You're not going to be delivering packages. You're going to be an alternative to school bus. You're going to be giving children and young adults rides. So this is a freelance position. You can work as many hours as you want on your schedule, and right now they're paying $50 per ride you provide. So to get started, you want to go to their website. Again, I'll put the link in the description area below this video. So go to their website and click on the Care Drivers link up at the top. So the first thing we're going to do is take a look at the Care Driver FAQs just to get a little more information about what you're going to be doing. To qualify, they want you to have 5 or more years of caregiving experience, 2 of which must be with children. You have a valid driver's license and you're at least 23 years old. You have a good driving record, 3 or more years of driving experience, and you own or lease a vehicle no more than 13 years old. And in DC, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and Seattle, your vehicle cannot be any more than 10 years old. To apply to be a driver, first you sign up, you submit required documents, you complete a virtual orientation, you also complete background checks, and then you participate in a live certification call. Once you have successfully completed these steps, you'll be ready to start claiming rides. So you'll have to go through rigorous background checks such as a driving record check, trust line, which is specific to California, third-party online and/or fingerprint-based background check, and child abuse and neglect screening. So to become certified as a driver, it could take 25 to 60 days to complete the process. However, you have complete control over your schedule. You get to choose which rides you want to claim and when. As far as how much you'll make, typical earnings for care drivers will vary depending on a number of factors, including but not limited to the metropolitan area in which a care driver claims rides. So the larger the area, the more money you could make. The total driver fee you could earn is made up of a base fare plus additional payment for longer or more time-consuming trips. In addition, some rides may also be eligible for additional earnings. And like we talked about at the beginning, they're going to pay $50 per ride. So one of the most important things we need to talk about is what areas does Hop, Skip, Drive operate in? So they have a link here. So click this link, scroll down to the bottom, and take a look at the map. This shows the service areas. They tell us they're launching in new neighborhoods every day. If they're not in your area yet, create an account and be the first to know when they launch in your area. So we can see they serve quite a few large cities across the U.S. And another thing that's important to mention, you need to supply your own booster seat. If you don't have a booster seat or aren't interested in securing one, you can always choose to only claim rides that don't require one. So now we're going to take a look at how to get started driving for Hop, Skip, Drive. So right now they're running a welcome guarantee promo that'll pay you $50 per trip, and then after the promo, how much you'll earn depends on where you live as well as the ride volume. So again, you get to set your own schedule. You can choose rides in your area that best fit your own schedule. You get paid for rides you complete during the hours that work for you, and you'll change the lives of families, youth, and children in your community while getting the support you need. So you'll be doing everything in the Hop, Skip, Drive app. So you'll set your schedule up to 7 days in advance. You'll know where you're driving, an estimate of how much you'll earn, as well as rider information, and you can track your earnings. You can easily see what you've earned for each ride. And they show an example of what you'll see in the app. It'll show your route, the day and time you're going to work, and the estimate amount you're going to be making, as well as any kind of bonus. And then further down here, they just go over some of the stuff we already talked about. So when you're ready to sign up, just click on the blue sign up button down at the bottom, and it'll take you to the sign up area. Just fill it out, and then you'll be hearing from them. So this is our 4th delivery driving opportunity. This one is a freelance. You can work whenever you want. And this one, you're not going to be delivering packages. You're going to be driving and picking up children and young adults. So if you like this one, you can find the direct link below. This is job opportunity number 4. Okay, so there you go. We just went over 4 delivery, driving, medical transport, children transport opportunities. Hopefully one of these works out for you. Good luck to all of you who apply. And as always, thank you so much for visiting, and I'll meet you on the next job lead.